Hi everybody, I'm Jason, Vice President of Operations, and I'm happy to have with me today 4 of our nominees for Fitness Advisor of the Year from 2012-2013. And today I'm going to ask them a few questions about things they've overcome in the past and what's helped them to be successful. I'll start with some introductions. I've got Michael here from Northridge, I've got Sheila from Markville Mall, I've got Andrew from 137 Yonge Street in Toronto, and Ola from Kingsmill in Etobicoke. The first question that I want to ask you guys, one of the first things I want to hear about is about a challenge. I think every fitness advisor faces different challenges at different times in their career or throughout a year, and I'm sure you guys have had the same thing. So could you tell me about a challenge that sticks out in your mind that you overcame, what it was, and what you did to overcome it?
For me, I had a kind of an all-year-round challenge. It was to get my PTS over 20%. I didn't qualify last year for FA of the Year because I didn't have it over 20%. And personal training really is the best way to get your members started. So what I decided to do was educate myself on the product and get personal training. Nice. And since I got personal training, obviously my PTS numbers increased, and that's pretty much how I overcame it, is I educated myself on the product.
Very cool. Awesome. How about you,
Yeah,
Sheila?
mine was actually PTS as well. Last year I was at 8% PTS. I went and saw another general manager that took me to training, which really helped me a lot, and I finished mine out at 25% this year, which was really happy. I also have a personal trainer, so if you can put personal training into to make it a #1 priority as far as selling a membership, that membership isn't automatic. It's PTS. Like, yeah, it would be one of my biggest challenges that I had.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I was very overwhelmed on days. Some days I'd feel as if I was there for super long period of time where I didn't really need to be, and I realized work-life balance is very important. You know, you need to get that time for your workout. You need to take that hour off no matter what's going on. You say, I'm going to write down, I'm going to work out, I'm going to get that split day so I feel refreshed the second half of the day. You know, it's very easy to get caught up in things such as you know, you're getting dragged this way, just setting a standard and settling for nothing less.
Very cool. How about you, Ola?
I would say for me, more organization. My PT is, for the most part, being over 20%. But a lot of times I find I would be extremely successful with my PAPs, personal training and everything, but I want to get my workouts in. So closer to the end of the month, I'm drained. And by the second, third, at the beginning of every month, I feel like I'm behind because I wasn't ahead with everything else. So now it's just creating organization, and that's pretty much it for me.
Very cool. So you guys have obviously had great years. You've all been very successful in all areas, and that's why you're here as our nominees. But can you tell me about a specific success from the past year that you're most proud of, and what is it, and why are you most proud of it, and what was it that made you successful in that thing?
For me, it was really just being a leader instead of just the person who sells a lot of memberships. Being a leader on the team. There's a particular FA that I work with. His name's Gabe. He wasn't as successful as he could have been last year, and this year I really helped develop him. And his PTS, he sits around 45-50% PTS every month, and he hits 200% because I've helped develop him. We work together as one cohesive unit instead of against each other. So for me, I found that to be the biggest success for me this year was helping develop myself into a leader rather than just a fitness advisor.
Awesome.
My biggest success was just managing my time more, because I was always in the club like really early and I wouldn't leave till late. So I had to be able to be successful at not with all the hours. So making sure that my DATS book was 100%, making sure that I knew my numbers inside and out. If anybody could ask me without a DATS book in front of me, I knew what it was. So that was more my success, and just knowing where all my numbers were coming from and what I was doing.
Was there anything you did to make that happen?
Yep, I actually really analyzed my numbers. So when I would do all my incoming calls or my contacts, and just sitting and just really looking at every single number, the bottom half of your DATS book, looking at that and just knowing my numbers like inside and out, saying, okay, this is what's going to get me. My walk-in, my ratio was only like anywhere between 28 and 18%. But my referrals and my lead generation, that's where most of my memberships came from. It was building more rapport on the phone than them coming into the club. So that's why, for me, is I knew, like, just my numbers were my main thing. Knowing my numbers and where everything came from, because
Yeah.
that's what I went after to be successful.
Cool. Andrew, what's your big success?
My biggest success would have to be personal training. It took me a month and a half, I think, to sell my first pack. It's just constant belief that it is the best way of getting started with us. Like, there's no reason why anyone should get a gym membership
Yeah.
without a trainer. Whether it's someone who's been working out for a long time, whether it's someone that's new to working out. Like when you went to school, you bought textbooks. Same kind of thing with a trainer. There's no reason why you should get a gym membership without a trainer.
Nice. And you said it took about a month and a half to sell your first one. So obviously when you were brand new.
Yeah. First year.
What got you to that point where you had the confidence to finally do it? What was the breakthrough?
You know what it was actually? I actually went through a 3-pack with the fitness manager,
Yeah.
and it was easy. I could communicate better to prospective members of what it's like.
Yeah.
I was working out 4 years prior to that, and I was pushed on the machines, and I was sweating. I was like, wow, like I got a really good workout in, and I could just communicate it to them on a clear level.
Nice. How about you, Ollie? Biggest success?
I would say for me is listening to a lot of my members, because one thing I find with me is initially was I'll try to sell more than listen to what they have to say, but I find if I listen to what they have to say, they'll actually tell me what they need, and then I can offer them exactly what they need. And by doing that, I'm able to sell more personal trainers, because again, a lot of people, they don't come to the gym necessarily to get a membership, they want to achieve a goal, and it's easier to do that with the trainer. So I would say just listening to my members more.
Cool. And is that something that you had a moment where you changed to practice, or was that something you've always been
Well,
good at?
I found when I did that, I didn't have to say as much,
Yeah.
and they would ask me more questions. And when they ask me more questions, I feel, you know what? I don't need to ramble on. Just listen to them,
Yeah.
and they'll tell me exactly what they want, and just provide them what they want.
I think that's a common challenge that a lot of fitness advisors have is,
Right.
how do I get this potential member talking more so
Right.
that I'm not the one doing all the talking? So that's
Yeah.
really good. So in terms of a tip, if you were to share, a key to success, a tip that you would have, we've got the best of the best here. So what would be the tip that you have that you would pass on to other people?
For me, I think you have to know your business. I think Sheila said it best. You need to know your numbers. You want to know your numbers so you can find out where your strengths are, so you can continue using your strengths, and find out where your weaknesses are, so that you can improve on them. You need to know your conversion rate. You need to know the daily activity that you need to do on a regular basis to get the results that you want. And I find that's what makes me successful, is because I know exactly what I need to do. And don't be afraid to set your goals high. It's okay if you fail. You learn the most when you fail. And just learn from your mistakes, and eventually you will hit those goals. And just make sure you know your business.
Nice. I see when Mike is saying know your business, everybody's heads are going like this.
Know your business.
Sheila, what would you
Yeah.
say your tip is?
My tip would be is really go through your fitness planner. Make sure you're listening to your members. Make sure that you're getting the why behind what they want. It's not just a person walking into a club and saying, I want a membership, and just walk away and say, okay, I'll sign them up. And then you have no idea what they're about. Get who they are, like really connect. And if it takes 20 minutes or an hour, then you know what? Plan your day around that it's going to take an hour for that person to come in and sit down and do a fitness planner and everything. And to me, it's my biggest thing was this year, which I have always done, is really sat and took the time to say, I care about what you want. I'm not letting you leave here until you decide that this is what you want. Let's find out why you walked through these doors, or why you called, or why you did a 3-day pass. Why did you do this? And it just comes down to that.
Nice. Do you find from talking to people on the phone, you can tell that person that's going to be an hour from that person that's going to be 15 minutes?
Definitely.
How do you figure that out?
Because you're building rapport with them. You're finding the why before they've even walked into the club. You're sitting and finding out, you want to lose 20 pounds. Why do you want to lose 20 pounds? Why now do you want to do this? You're already building the rapport on the phone before they've walked through the door. So you should know when they walk through they're a membership. You're going to get them started on PTS. You're going to get them on a 100-pack. You're going to get them on a membership because you've taken the time to care about them on that phone to get them to even come into the club.
Nice. How about you, Andrew?
Sheila made an excellent point about caring. It's all about having a quality, caring conversation with somebody. Once they see that you care about them and you're not looking at them as a potential sale. Like, people love to buy but hate being sold. It's as simple as that. And it doesn't just stop when they get the membership. You know, it's following up with them, following up on their goals. How are your weight loss goals going? Hey, do you need a workout buddy? You want to come in? People that haven't come in, I've offered to come work out with them. Let's get down to the root of the problem. Like, you were motivated to do this, but why aren't you coming in? Is it that you need another orientation? Do you want to try out other things? Would you like me to come work out with you? Let's get you in here. Like, you got it for a reason. Let's continue you and get you to where you want to be.
Nice. How about you, Ola? What would be your tip?
I would say just focus on what you want, because at least as a fitness advisor, every day is so different. You could have 4 to 5 appointments and 2 show up, and you're so excited when you walk in because you had so many appointments. So when you focus on what you want, you get what you want. So a lot of times I find that even if my day is not going well, stay motivated, stay positive, and good things happen. And when you're set up, you don't have to worry about anything else, because that's what drives everything else. And I find that's really helpful for me.
Nice.
Positive attitude.
Positive attitude.
100%.
Positive attitude.
100%.
It really does help.
If you're going to walk in with a bad attitude, your whole day is going to be bad. You're not going to get anything.
Yeah.
You walk in with a positive attitude, no matter how bad it gets, stay positive through the whole thing.
And the member will sense if you're
Exactly.
negative, so you need to be positive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So one of the things that Patch always talks about is have your anchor. You know, when you have that, you're having that day, or you had a bad experience, or whatever it is, and you use that anchor to get back into your peak attitude. You know, and different people have different things. Music is a big thing for me. I'll often put on a certain song, it'll make me more upbeat, it'll kind of just turn it on. So what is the anchor for each of you guys? What's your thing?
It's very funny that you asked that, because my anchor is when I went to my very first sales launch. There was this vice president named Jason Sheridan. He said, find the greatness within yourself.
Yeah.
So whenever I feel like I'm struggling, or I didn't close something that I thought I was going to get, I just go back in the office and think, just relax, find the greatness within yourself. Don't worry about it. Push through, keep moving forward.
Nice.
That's pretty much it.
Thanks for that.
Mine is actually, I have a divisional, which I love dearly, which is Mark Volger, and he does the best quotes every single day. And there's certain quotes that I will pull, and in front of my desk, I have on my bulletin board all these quotes. So if I can't find my anchor, I just sit back, I look at all these quotes, and I read every single one. I'll take 20 minutes out if it takes 20 minutes, because I have a lot of them, and I love them, and it just pulls me back and says, yeah, you can do this. Like, I speak for myself, we get our down days.
Oh,
We
yeah.
get those down days. We get to the point where we're stressed out just like anyone else who's starting in it, but it's just find what's going to make you come back and say, you know what, I'm going to get the next appointment. I'm going to make that next call, and don't give up. Just don't give up.
Nice. How about you?
I have a similar one as you, Jason. I just put my music on.
Yeah.
The only difference is, I don't know if you do this, I do a little dance. I do a little snapping, a little Carlton.
Yeah.
Oh, I would never get that.
Yeah.
Oh, I still want to be there.
No, it does. That's what works for me, right? I just, it just gets your mind off things.
Yeah.
You're happy. You're just whatever's bringing you down. You just don't think about it. You get reset for the next thing you have to accomplish.
Awesome.
I'll say
Well-
music too. It's definitely one of my anchors, and I find a lot of times I try to think about a challenge that I overcame in the past that was way bigger than what I'm overcoming right now.
Nice.
And by doing that, like, you know what? It's a piece of cake. If he doesn't sign up, it's not really my loss. I was trying to help him out.
Yeah.
The next person, and just stay focused. And I use other co-workers as my anchor. If I see someone that's excited, I spend time with them, and I find myself I'm back to being excited. So yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you, all of you, for taking the time to do this. I really appreciate it. Congratulations on your nomination.
Thank you.
And
Thank
good
you.
luck
Thanks,
to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Tips from some of the best in our company this year.